my friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said well. Today we're coming to you from the great city of Boca Raton in Florida, and we're gonna see something pretty amazing today. We are in the presence of a great exhibit that is just about to finish up here. Our good friend Shannon told me about this. If you remember Shannon from a handful of my vlogs, he told me about this, and I just had to see it. We're gonna see a collection of old Hollywood cinema backdrops that were actually used in the movie. So this should be fun. Scott Michaels is here, and I've never been here before, so should be a blast. Daze with Jordan the Lion and Scott Michaels. It begins right now. Scott, are you ready to see the Mount Rushmore, the famous Mount Rushmore from the movies that we've always seen?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. This is I didn't even know this was going to be here. This is a Jordan the Lion surprise.
This is something that I hope it's here, but I was kind of told that maybe something from Singing in the Rain, which we're getting ready to go see Todd Fisher, who's Debbie Reynolds' son, so this should be exciting to get to see this and then go out and tell him about it if they have it here.
Yeah,
so.
I wonder what scene that'll be. Interesting, cool.
So it's actually taking place at the Boca Raton Museum of Art, and it's right here at the old famous tower that says, "Make big plans, aim high, and hope and work. Let your watchword be order and your beacon beauty." And they have this beautiful gold flossy statue. This was a local woman. I guess there was an actual fountain here in front of it at one time, but they removed the fountain. Woman made a statue to herself and even her little pup.
Yeah, it's this fountain bench. So there were benches
there. Yeah, they removed it, but that's cool. I'm glad that they kept this here. That's very beautiful.
You know what it reminds me of is that Bewitched statue.
Oh yeah.
The one in Salem.
Pretty cool. If you look up here on the wall, you can see somebody lifting the tarp, because obviously they didn't, now we know they didn't film it at Mount Rushmore. Look at this beautiful theater here on the grounds too. This is really amazing. Going right in here. Here we are. Here's the backdrop. This thing is huge. I mean, it takes up the entire room. 90 foot, I believe. And what's interesting is that we just saw a little bit of a documentary on this, and it was said that Hitchcock didn't even have the idea for the movie. He literally went to his production designer and said, "I want to do a movie with Mount Rushmore." And so they started coming up with an idea and everything, and then he wanted to call it The End of Lincoln's Nose. That was the original title for the movie, but apparently the State Department didn't like that idea and wasn't going to they thought it would be mocking Mount Rushmore, so they didn't let them film on Mount Rushmore. So that's where the painted backdrops came in. His production designer decided they would paint Mount Rushmore, and he said they actually went to Mount Rushmore, climbed up the back, and found these rings that you were supposed to scale down on these little wires. So he said that's how they did it. He actually was the one that had them scale him down, bring him down, and he said hanging from Mount Rushmore, he took photos from every angle, from every president, and then they would recreate, maybe like in the foreground they would have part of Washington's chin, and then you would see this in the background making up the rest of it. This is incredible. So this was North by Northwest, Cary Grant, Yves Saint Marie, there's Lincoln, Roosevelt. You can see they even put like a viewer as if though you were a tourist. But you can see how big this really is, like the scale of the room and the woman sitting here. That thing is monstrous. And then right over here in the corner, you can see that is George Washington's chin. They said the beauty of kind of filming it this way was that with having a painted backdrop, and they made various ones, they said with that you could kind of open it up, so in reality, when maybe they're climbing down on one of the faces, you wouldn't be able to see Teddy Roosevelt. In this case, it would allow them to open it up so you actually could see Teddy Roosevelt. And apparently they have like 20 backdrops here. Oh, look at that. Scott's watching the dancing scene here. That's 7 brides for 7 brothers, Scott? So that's the backdrop right here. It's kind of cool in some instances, as you can see, Scott. They actually show you scenes from the movie. So we'll Wait till it pops back on. I'll show you where this is in the backdrop, the background. Since a lot of these were saved, there was a company that actually went and rescued them before they were trashed. Some of these are not identified. They know they were used, but they just don't know, like this one in particular, they said they just don't know what it was used for yet. But people are always finding these backdrops in movies and things and identifying them. So for now, this one is unidentified, unless you know it. Now that I'm looking over here on the wall, the one that we thought was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, it says that one's also unidentified, so they're just showing kind of a clip of different backdrops in that documentary. This one's a real thrill. This is the backdrop for the Singing in the Rain, Make 'Em Laugh. Donald O'Connor is doing that solo dance, and he's sitting right there most of the time. You know what's cool about that is that I saw where he said that Gene Kelly trusted him so much because Gene was directing the movie that he actually let Donald choreograph his own scene, and it was pretty much just like they turned the camera on and let him go, and it was one take. How cool is that? Look at this. If you look here, you can match it up. Remember that whole routine he does with the hat? It's amazing. It's so cool to see that. But then they're also showing that it was used again. Right here it says the beginning of the end with Brian Dunleavy. That was the same backdrop. There it is. How cool is that? I can't believe that I'm in the Make 'Em Laugh scene right now. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. And here they have an unknown Spanish courtyard. But if you look over here, they have a giant one, huge. This is actually the backdrop from Ben-Hur. Very distinguishing shot you can see of the two men in Ben-Hur talking right here, and you can see all that in the background. But it was also reused for the Coen Brothers movie Hail Caesar that was just a couple of years ago. So it hadn't been used in like 40 years. That's so cool to see something that iconic and just to get a scope of how big it really is with the room. There's the Make 'Em Laugh one that we just looked at. So it's giant. See, there's George Clooney and Hail Caesar with that, those pillars behind him. Right there. Here's the scene from Ben-Hur using those same backdrops. And over here they have an Eiffel Tower scene from an unidentified movie as well. That's a really beautiful shot, isn't it? And then let's see, over here they have a rooftop view, and this one is also unidentified. But if you follow down here, they actually have an exhibit on the process, because originally these were painted canvases. Now they can do them with photos and do them digitally through computers, but originally they would actually hand paint those. Now I'll go in here and there's a big giant one over here on the wall. And a piano. Oh, that is, I know exactly what that is. That is from The Sound of Music. When they're getting off the boat, all of them. That's so cool. I'll show you, they have a video playing showing that scene right here. See, there's the backdrop. Look, I'm in the movie. So then straight ahead, this one is unidentified. They don't know what that is, but they do know what this one is. That one is from National Velvet. It's the snowy home from National Velvet. Elizabeth Taylor. And then right next to the Sound of Music one is another Sound of Music. This is an additional giant backdrop that they created for The backing. Probably recognize that one. Now this painted tapestry over here, it says this was used in the 1938 version of Marie Antoinette, but then it was also brought back for 1959's North by Northwest. So cool to see the originals. These are all original, none of them are recreations. They're all the ones we saw in the actual movies. This one's pretty amazing, but they don't know what it was used in. So that one is unknown, unidentified. As well as this one. The Roman column portico type scene. It really helps that they kind of help you identify it and show some matching stuff up here in the room. Now we're continuing on. I know they have another Singing in the Rain here, so I can't wait to see that one. Let's see what we have down here. So here they have a nice French scene, but this one is currently unknown. It's a really beautiful backdrop though. See the little restaurant scene over here. Very nice. And then they also don't know what this New York scene was used in. That's the Brooklyn Bridge. See how just beautiful and realistic it looks when you have people in the foreground. Don't even notice the water's not moving. And this one is really giant. This one takes up most of the room. This was from Young Bess, and this one was actually backlit, so you could see that the windows and everything looked lit up. So the beauty of this, they also could pose someone, you know, right here and just have a corner shot, or they could do a full shot. It's really neat. See the church down here. Just kind of give you a little bit of perspective to it. This one is also currently unknown. Kind of a New York City street type deal. Now this one was in 1945's Weekend at the Waldorf. You see that railing and everything over there, like a balcony. So this one is also unidentified currently. It's a beautiful backdrop though. And then this one was in a movie called 2 Weeks in Another Town, which I'm not familiar with. So I guess maybe they don't have another backdrop here. They showed one in their little introductory video that they had here, and I don't see it. They have some more stuff on the second floor, so let's go take a look. The next part is called Art Meets Hollywood.
Oh, I see. This is a tablecloth. Oh, that's cool. Is it? No, the curtains.
It looks like it's Hollywood-inspired art beneath each picture. That's what we're figuring out. Gloria Swanson and William Holden. I don't really get it. I mean, I just love art, so I'm into that, but I'm not. I guess some of it I can understand, like that one I can kind of understand, and this one. No offense, this one I don't get. It's obviously Cleopatra, but...
A lot of years ago. Thank God for you.
Of course, Uma from Pulp Fiction.
Particularly when it comes to movies, all these things are
Interesting.
literally went back.
I guess in some ways they're saying that these were like made for the movies. I don't really get that.
We're just talking. So they all get credit. Probably, yes.
Who Killed Roger Rabbit?
That was the chief artist. Yeah.
This one's Garbo.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for your kind attention, ladies. I'm sorry.
Betty Davis.
It's my pleasure. Okay, I'm going to talk about one other.
But like I said, you know, I love art, so I'm looking at it from an artistic side, but I just don't get the correlation between the art and the scene. Because this is for When Harry Met Sally. So the explanation they're giving here is that the artist likes to pair famous artworks with famous movies that she thinks has a correlation and speak to each other. Okie dokie. So I guess we'll go with that explanation. Too bad they didn't have anything Wizard of Oz. That would have been pretty interesting to see. Maybe the City of Oz or something like that. This was a pretty great exhibit, I think. Scott, what did you think of the exhibit?
I was breathless.
Pretty interesting. I mean, it was pretty cool. Like, some of them they couldn't identify, but
Yeah.
you know, somebody is going to see these videos or
Yeah.
something and go, oh, that's from blah, 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 blah. But so cool to see some of those still exist.
Yeah, yeah.
What was your
definitely.
favorite?
Well, I don't know. I really like the stuff from The Sound of Music. You know, that the background with the water and everything.
Yeah.
But also the Hail Caesar one, the one from Ben-Hur, is it?
Yeah.
That would to go right out to. That's pretty cool.
I think my two favorites had to be the Mount Rushmore and the Make 'em Laugh, because I love that dance scene.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was great. So in the gift shop, this is kind of cool. They have flip books, and I was just looking at this Charlie Chaplin one. They have like Beatles and Elvis and... Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our vlog today. This was a blast for me, and you know, knowing those were all hand painted and everything, that's just seeing the artistry that's involved in making movies so beautiful. Hope you guys enjoyed this for such a limited exhibit. I'm glad we all caught it together. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Please ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you all next time. Have a great night and goodbye.